It's Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji, and today we're going to be talking about some other political issues. And as we all know, that the EDO 2024 is gradually drawing very closer, and everybody have one or two things they need to say. But today we're going to be talking about and also looking at the recent court judgment and the effects it's going to be having on the forthcoming EDO governorship election. It's Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji.
As far as I'm concerned, I always try to avoid playing to the gallery. Whatever you see on social media, we should be circumspect, not to fall into the bracket of those who are carried away by the fantasy of social media. For me, until there's official definition as to who is removed, and the only person who can do that is INEC. Let INEC now tell us that following XYZ, we have taken decision. And until that is done, as far as I'm concerned, whatever you hear, they are all rumor, they are all stories. I do not belong to any political parties. But I must tell you the truth that what is fair is fair. There's a judgment. A court gave judgment. The people who are to give that judgment in publicity and talk is INEC. Let INEC tell us who are the candidates, not we sitting in the parlor watching social media and making the judgment, deciding that they say this, they say we should wait. We should wait. Let INEC come up and tell us who their candidates are for the election. And if that is done, I'm appealing to the entire EDO people. Relax your nerves. Everybody that we had before as a contesting until INEC tell us otherwise. Every candidate that was told to us recently when INEC published the name of those people who were screened. Am I correct? Recently, you remember INEC gave us a name of those that have been screened that were going for the election in Edo State. About 17 or 18 of them. Now, until INEC again come and tell us that we have changed that to, as far as I'm concerned, every other thing remains a constant. Public opinion will not change the story. It is the judgment of the court that will give that direction.
The whole scenario, issues are, in fact, for some, it's a good one. For some, it's not a good one. But if you ask me, I think the court judgment is actually a good one. This, for me, is going to ensure that every political party, whenever they are about to conduct their primaries, they will ensure that the right thing is done. You know, the issue we have in this country is that people like to boycott, the right processes and then try to go through the back door. To so many persons, PDP, they are actually looking at the fact that it is a witch hunt. They see it as a witch hunt, that the other political parties are trying to, do everything possible to ensure that they do not have a candidate for this election. But for my own view, I think it is because of what have been done and is not done right, and that is the reason why the court has set aside that particular process. So for me, it's a good development. It is a very, very good development, so that it will also serve as a deterrent to other political parties to know that they need to do the right thing always when it comes to primaries in political parties.
EDO 2024 is fast approaching. September is just before us here, and from the court decision so far, I think it's going to affect it somehow, because there is a lot of misinterpretations as to the court decision, the Federal High Court decision, which was delivered of recent. To my own candid opinion, I want to say clearly that at this point in time, such judgment will have a very negative or adverse effect, because a lot of persons are going to be swayed, except it is cleared either on appeal that the candidacy of such a person or a party was not invalidated. But be that as it may, I am very sure that a lot is still going to happen. Like I have been made to understand, there are a lot of internal wranglings among all the parties. Is it Labour Party or the APC or the PDP? And as it stands, many will still go to court before the election. And we have not known what will be the outcome of the decision of the court. So if most of the electorate are becoming aware that such a candidate have been validated or not invalidated, they are going to sit on the fence, not knowing what to do. There is likely to be voters' apathy, either by reason of threat and insecurity, which are pleaded passionately that our security agencies should be up and doing. They shouldn't take sides, and they should be fair enough to allow people to vote, to exercise their franchise at their own free will. And so if the court's decisions are there, I think the court's decisions are meant to be obeyed. Even though they may say that such decisions shouldn't have come because it has to do with internal democracy of the parties. Yes, internal democracy of the party is not a court matter. There are a lot of plethora of cases to that effect. The internal democracy of parties should not be court affair. But however, in this case, some persons were, so to say, from their party, not allowed to exercise their own rights. And it may be a case of a fundamental right, not internal political affair. So that is my take.
Court processes are not supposed to be factor of damage. They are supposed to be factor of amendment when there are issues. The only state where I will feel something is not right is when court judgments are made at late hours, which could definitely affect performance of party. Then you make some of us, person like me, to now look at, are they now using court as instrument for war? Because normally courts are supposed to be instrument for peacemaking and resolving issues. So when court judgments are late, then it could affect the process negatively. As outsiders, when I say outsiders, non-politicians like us, but who are voters, I feel that it will definitely affect the performance of the party, in the sense that those voters out there, not everybody is educated, not everybody is enlightened. So they could read meanings to it and say, this so-so person has been disqualified. You see, even after the passing of the judgment, there is argument that it was not the candidate that was disqualified. It was the process, the primaries that was cancelled. So you see, they have a lot of interpretations to whatever judgment that have been passed. So my advice is that let the politicians even go ahead and take a further step to make the electorate to understand the meaning of some of these judgments when they are passed, so that it doesn't even throw some persons off balance. Those who are supposed to vote will now say, the process has been destroyed, let's go back and remain at home. Then they will not come out. So definitely any elections like this, when judgments are passed, it most definitely has a setback on the party.
Well, I want to first say this, that the kind of country we are is a place where a lot of things are actually working. When I say working, I mean both the negative and the positive. For instance, our system here in Nigeria is a system that you can't actually put your trust 100%. Because you will see one judgment today, another time you are seeing another thing. It's a system where we cannot actually say we trust. It's a system where the full confidence of Nigeria is not actually there, because you discover that the entire system needs overhauling. So yes, it can have negative effect. Yes, it can also have positive effect, but depends on how it's being handled. That is why you discover that as it happened, then the other opponent might say they want to proceed to appeal court. Then the appeal court might give their own judgment. If it's on the positive side, yes, it will also enhance the publicity and also the positive effect in the lives of the Edo State people and in Nigeria in general. But if you go otherwise, that what judgment that was done is being upheld, that means there's a lot of damage that is going to do, because a lot of money, a lot of publicity have been done, and a lot of expectation are actually there. But as a pastor, I want to tell everybody that we should put trust in God, who actually have the power to operate in every affairs of this state.
Having sampled the opinions of stakeholders in Benin City as to the forthcoming governorship election and the impact of the court judgment on the forthcoming Edo governorship election, I'm just going to be letting us know that in whatever we see ourselves doing, we shouldn't be so quick to play to the gallery. We should allow the relevant stakeholders and the people that are supposed to make decisions for themselves. We should allow them to do their work and not allowing citizens to be the ones disseminating information, giving out information as it pleases them. We should always look out for the right information to disseminate. It's Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okunji.